Let me just start. Hi, hello, my name is Julia and I could be your erotic photographer. And this video is going to be about the price, about the nude photography or videography price at my studio. And I will just chop it into a smaller parts as much as I can here so that you would understand what's happening, okay? So the first thing is the studio itself. Okay, usually when you arrive to a boudoir studio or any adult studio, it will be many people. Okay, first of all, it's going to be a lot of team members, but it will be many people out there to share because this is a business and you will be sharing studio with other people, right? So that's one thing for you to know. You are paying, first thing what you're paying is for facilities, okay? For facilities. What is in the facilities as well, okay? So as you see behind me, there are a lot of prop sets, and the studio is packed, full packed of designer furniture, everything what you need for adult adventure. There is a big dressing room, okay, with a lot of sexy outfits, shoes, accessories, okay, and everything what is in the studio is available for your photo shoot, to use for your photo shoot. So when you will arrive, you will look around and see which places you like, where would you like to shoot, okay, which sets up you prefer, and there is of course background options and so on and so on. So first thing is the studio, okay, and when you're hiring the studio, in my studio you pay a deposit for the studio and the whole studio will be just booked for your disposition. It means that you will be there, only you, okay, with people who you require. For example, you need a photographer, right, who would explain you what to do in the studio, how to move about, and what is the photo shoot and what is the lighting. And you would need photographer to actually arrange the shoot, explain you everything. You need a photographer to plan your shoot, to advise you, image style, image design, and so on and so on. So there are things what you need to do in the studio, and these things you can use, like I say, okay, and there are services that photographer will provide. Okay, the more photographer has experience in adult business, the more how to say, photographer is asking you to pay, right? So you can choose. For example, let me just say how other studios work. So usually, okay, like if we speak about general photography, people know what kind of photo shoots they make and what kind of the images they sell. Okay, so what they do is they sell images. Okay, so you would have a certain set, certain posing, and you will get certain amount of images, right? This is totally different in our studio, okay, because we don't sell few pictures, we don't sell pictures, we sell the experience, okay, what my clients can have in the studio, an experience related to their bodies, okay, to their intimacy, to their personal how to say, insecurities, to the relationship with the partner developing into a kind of a sexual adventure, role play games, and so on and so on. And it is very hard to shoot few pictures in there because this is a creative process which you are participating in, okay, and I am so much experience that I do not sample, okay, all the images that we will create, there will be high end. Okay, there will be professional images. What is the requirement for the images is because I shoot a raw format, they would need to go to a post-production process, right? So that's an editing. So imagine the first part is the studio, right? You pay for the studio, you pay for the time when you're using the studio, you're renting the studio, then you're renting your professional, okay, your photographer. And here you can save, okay, because you can get a junior who just starting out and figuring out in this field, in this business, of adult photography and adult videography, and you can shoot with the startup, okay, and that's where you can save, okay. Well, like I say, if you go for operation and you go with not professional surgeon, right, or just someone who is a student, okay, you understand the situation. Yeah, do I need to explain you more? Why is it different to shoot with the person who's just starting out and who is already in the business for 15 years and seen thousands and thousands of people undress and making love? Right? It's a totally different energy. It's a totally different vibe. It's a totally different direction. It's a totally different product at the end. Okay. Yes, you can undress with the junior, you can have fun and you can have your own experience, but that's going to be totally different to the experience that you will have with the senior photographer like me, because I am orientated into the goals, I am orientated into the tasks, I am orientated to shoot more scenes in a more lighting variety, I am more able to risk, okay, to cook more dishes in the studio, right? Because I am not afraid. Usually photographers just shoot with a certain setting. The reason why, because first of all, change the setting takes time. Then change the setting is the risky towards the product. Okay, they're not sure if the client will like or not, and then again, being in the comfort zone and going into experimental zone is a two different photo shoot. Okay, so we are shooting freestyle in my studio. Okay, this is a total improvisation. Okay, when you have a qualified, absolutely experienced, who can shoot anything in any light, who can give you a million variations during the photo shoot, you would have at least 20 to 50 lighting options with me. Okay, and plus you will have all the images. Okay, and people are, how to say, when they're looking at the past, they're thinking, oh my gosh, but in the end of the day, you go to the studio and you get 10 to 20 images, right? At my studio, you will get the whole footage. And in 1 hour, I am able to shoot between 100 to 200 pictures. Okay. So if you calculate that, you will understand that the image price is, I don't know, £2 or £5 per picture. Okay. Which is studio quality, which is with the high end professional, which is artistic, which is pro, like in terms of lighting. Okay. And again, creative, explicit, no limits, someone who is directing you, someone who's confident, okay, to move you from one scene to the other, from one scene to the other, who will advise you, who will tell you what to do, who will tell you what you're doing wrong and where you can be better. Okay, that's what you're paying for a professional. The reason why I'm making this video is because there are a lot of people who arrive who already had a photo shoot, a standard photo shoot. Yes, and they got some images. The thing is that they did not get the experience to feel free to express themselves, to try something, okay, to experiment, right? They just been limited in the certain settings, in the certain posing, and get certain amount of images. That's it. Okay, because this is a business. I understand why the photography studios work this way. They're interested just to sell some pictures, and I am interested to sell an amazing adventure. And no limits is no limits. Okay, no limits, it means I have no limits, and it means that you can act with no limits. Okay, and that's a totally free and amazing vibe. Okay, for sexual energy to strive. Okay, for your fantasies to be explored. Okay, and developed, maybe new fantasies developed. Okay, and that's what I'm working there for. Okay, I'm working and looking into insecurities, I'm looking into the body, uh, complexions and stuff. I'm looking at the aging. I'm looking at the personality. Okay. I'm looking at the experimental or bravery, or shyness or awkwardness or nervousness levels and stuff. Okay. And then by that information, I can assess and play out, okay, the whole shoot. And I am changing all the time. If I see that the person went into the discomfort zone, onto the zone where he has some blocks and limitations, we're working on that because I see it. Okay, my job is to make people comfortable in their nude bodies, with their fantasies, with their erotica, with their dirtiness, okay, filthiness, if you think so, craziness or whatever. We are here to explore you. Okay, you in your all the colors. Okay, not just to make a picture in this outfit and in this pose, and how to say, and do that. If there is such request and you do not understand the depth, okay, and the progress of your photo shoot, it is better to book a junior one. Okay, then you will have everything, how to say, sorted. You will shoot 50 images, and 50 images you will undress, for example, that much time, you dress that much time, you do that many posing, and that's it. Okay, and everything will be limited, right? But you will have certain experience, certain knowledge as well, and certain images. Okay, but that is a totally different price to mine. Okay, so if you looking just, okay, not to go any deeper, not to do anything, okay, just to try, yes, there is an option for you to book a junior photographer. We have that opportunity, right? But me as a studio, because I've invested so much time and I did so much work already with singles and with couples, shooting different kind of photo shoots, shooting with the models, I already have a wealth of knowledge, and I also strive to sell or suggest the best option. Okay, because you live your life to experience and understand yourself, okay, and live with yourself and be happy with yourself. Okay, and sexual energy and sexuality and sensuality, or if we, how to say, there to shoot dominatrix or explicit or whatever, doesn't matter. I shoot in all the styles, but I'm saying that's what you pay for variety and for wealth of experience. Okay, and the person who comes to this business, for example me, I am not a photographer to start with. Okay, first I become a head chef. Okay, and that's really helping me to boss people around and tell them what exactly we are cooking. Okay, what is the menu, what is the starter, what is the main, what is the dessert. Okay, what is the consist of. We take all the ingredients, we move there, what spices we need, what sauces we need, what I am, full on in my kitchen. Okay, that's my studio. Okay, so that's the knowledge where I already gain and train and experience to actually organize everything, that everything will be cooked on time. Okay, and we will have a different, how to say, testing menu, different kind of a things. Okay, the second thing I can tell you, photography and nude photography or adult photography is tight. Okay, is tied with body, is tied with psychology, and it's tied with anatomy. And why it is tied? Because people, I'm not talking about young beautiful models, okay, who are careless about things. I'm talking about us mature people who already experience life, who already seen many things have happened. Okay, in life there are body changes, there are mental changes, there are family changes, there are many kind of changes, and of course we're coming with those blocks, and to have that photo shoot we want to get rid of a lot of imperfections, and those imperfections not only stuck on our body, they stuck on our mind like blocks. Okay, people are, how to say, not able to feel romance, not able to create a sexuality in the relationship, not able to be sexual with themselves. Okay, there are a lot of people who say, I don't know how to be sexy, I don't know how to feel to be sexy, and that's what we're learning here from the scratch. If you're shooting erotic energy and the person scared, nervous, and freaking out, never done anything like that before, never feel sexual, never feel pretty, never feel happy about their body, that's when you need to hire me. Okay, because that's what we are working on these type of things. Okay, the connection with the partners broken. Okay, that's when you need a professional to fix this. Okay, not to take a broken relationship picture. Okay, and just justify that they came, they undressed, and they had how to say, a photo shoot. No, we're working on the parts which are broken, and I am able to see it because I had, how to say, broken relationship. I am a single mom who raised two boys. Okay, so I'm in charge of two men. Okay, my oldest son is 26. Okay, and that's why I don't shoot kids. Okay, I want to work with mature people. Okay, because I've seen life and I know how life is tough. And I know what the photography and the photo shoot, when involves sexuality, nudity, making love, and all the, how to say, elements what include in making love in front of the camera, and you feel embarrassed or awkward to go through. Okay, all these moanings or all these orgasms or whatever, but blocking you can't experience, that's what you will be working on. or on your erection, or on your how to say, ability to hold and control your arousal. Okay, so that's a more serious things we are talking about when you're booking a professional photographer who has medical background. Not only I'm this, but 7 years I studied medicine. Okay, and I know very many things about the body and about psychological things, nuances, and about relationship and so on and so on. And a lot of things, what how to say, stop people is related to body. If they have an operation, if they had the some part removed, or they had some kind of a illness. Okay, that's all what happens with the mature people, because they went through these experiences. Okay, and they want to get their body back, their confidence back, their life back, their happiness back. Okay, and that's why they're doing this photo shoot, to analyze and to understand the situation right here and right now. Okay, and why they feel like shit, or why they scared, what is stopping them. And there will be many things will be stopping them, not just like a fun factor to do an erotic shoot and undress in front of the studio. There are many people, couples, singles, who are absolutely scared to go through this experience. Scared. Okay, not only to go through this experience, but from many other experiences. So that's why you need this photo shoot, to actually not to be scared, to stall. Okay, just to stop your time and to enjoy what you have, to value what you have, to appreciate what you have. Okay, in your life, in your body, in your mind. Okay, and that's what the photography I create. And that is why there are no 5 or 10 or 20 pictures, because it's freestyle photo shoot and it's your development. Okay, and you will get hundreds of images, and every image will remind you of a certain issue, or the certain setting, or the something what I said, or the something what you thought, and so on and so on. So that's why it is important for you to have the whole file, all the highlights, to analyze and make work on yourself. Okay, or come down and stop being, how to say, stop worrying about stuff. Yeah, so that's the thing. Okay, booking a junior, okay, photographer is one price and one experience. This is 100%. If you go to any other photo studios, they do not have so many qualifications to serve you in all the fields that I just covered. Okay, it's going to be a photography, it's going to be a lighting, it's going to be the same thing like they did before with the previous clients, because that's what works and that's what brings them money. Okay, and that is all limited. Okay, it's limited in your actions. You can't get your cock out and put in your wife's vagina in many studios. It's just not possible. Okay, it's just not possible. And that's where my price is coming from, because I make all these things possible. Okay, and more. Okay, so what you can do in the studio, not only, okay, that you can have a consultation, okay, about intimate things, right? Not only that you can have a professional advice and preparation in the studio, which it takes time, right? Then you will understand and get the knowledge of what's happening in the studio, how it's happening in the studio, how for you as a model, okay, to act and move around the studio. It will be explained. Okay, it's not that you turn up and usually it's like that. You turn up, you sit down on the chair, okay, or you stand in front of that background. They take few snappy shots, right, left, whatever, and then you go. Okay, but that's why I think that people never understand and progress in the photography. Okay, photography is a tool. Okay, it's a tool, and very powerful tool, which stuck in your mind. If you create certain fantasies or certain images which you've been dreaming about, or you've been scared to even think of, and you do, it will shift your barriers. It will shift. Okay, you will see yourself, that what you can do, how much you can do, how far you can go, okay, in your life. And you will respect. Okay, respect yourself more. Okay, because when you go into the photo shoot, okay, there are people who think about themselves really positive. Okay, there are. Okay, then we shift this even higher. But I'm talking about people who are scared and who are how to say, feeling discomfort about themselves. Okay, I am there to show that there is no reason for that. Okay, and if there is, then how to say, we approach that in another way, and I will explain you how. Okay, so there are many years, okay, of experience behind me, and this is what you pay. Okay, and there are people who has no experience. Okay, they just knew few settings, few lightings, and they can serve you just fine for that certain need. If you need few pictures, that can be ordered. Okay, and that can be booked, right? And then the last thing is the post production. Okay, the post production, what my client do not see. Okay, and I will speak with the about the post production when I have the footage. Okay, when you have not taken images, when you have not taken videos, and you don't know how big are your files, how long you need to do the post production, and what that means post production, when you're shooting raw format, and the raw format, he gives you flexibility to edit whatever in time into any kind of format, right? Doesn't limit your editing process, and that is why it's good to shoot in the raw format and give you, okay, this option, right? Then you need to go to do a post production to convert them into the files that you're able to access, able to send, able to download. Okay, that's the post production, right? And the post production, usually, if you're taking a photo shoot for a few hours, right, takes me few days to edit. Okay, that's the time when people do not see me working. Okay, they just see me full on working in the studio. Okay, me buzzing, running around, changing the lights, constantly changing the outfits, adding the props, doing this, changing the settings. I am full on and busy. They don't see me busy when I'm doing editing, but editing is time consuming. Okay, and the reason why I am taking this editing, because we are shooting very exclusive, intimate stuff, and I do not send it around the world into some, India, Bangladesh or whatever, where they edit, cheaply, because I'm concerned about these file safety. Okay, these are all valuable informations, and that is why I am doing it by hand, by myself. Okay, to secure this for you. Okay, and make it as much as, how to say, safe as possible for you. Okay, and this time in post production, I also need payment for. Okay, this is not a charity organization. There are many times happened to me when we shoot a photo shoot, and they're amazing, everything is fine, they already seen some images and stuff, and we shoot, and I'm asking, would you like this collection, would you like to do this, would you like to do this with the videos, oh yes, please, would you like to make this, would you like the movie stills extracted, oh yes, so that's, and then it's gonna be that much extra. Okay, and then my client said, no, I don't need anything. You understand? So they are happy for me to go into post-production, spend 2 days of my time to edit those images into perfection, to make their collection, slideshows in color and black and white, do a movie stills, okay? Do a short movies, do a longer movies, do a full movie, okay? Do a mix of scenes, movies and stuff. They want this to happen, they want this to have, but this is all skills. Okay, this is all knowledge. You're working on the certain softwares, okay, with the certain programs, and you're taking your time, and this time has to be paid. Okay, just so you know. So the last part, okay, which will be included in your shoot, is the editing, and that part you can colorate, adjust. Okay, and what that means, adjust, you can just get basic. Okay, just converting the files and just doing basic this. Okay, that will save your budget. Okay, but what I'm saying is to you, if you are here on the budget, okay, you can't afford me. As simple as that. You just can't afford me, and the only option you have is to ask for junior photographer, which I can arrange. Okay, so before you asking about the price, okay, I want you to know that you have these options in my studio. Okay, and I know it's do your research at the end of the day. Do and see, Google, okay? How much is 1 minute of video post-production, or how much is this and this? You Google and you see the prices for yourself. I'm sure everyone is doing a research. They just do not understand what the consistence is, what the photo shoot consists of, what is included, okay? And they do not understand how it works. Usually, studios works, like I say, very limited, in the very limited format, okay? And the head does not go around it how it has to be, or how it can be unlimited in light, unlimited in posing, unlimited in setting, unlimited in erotic experiences, unlimited in fantasies and so on, okay? It can be, but not many places you can find this unlimited. And unfortunately, I can tell you that none of the photographers, juniors, or they can't provide this service. They did not have this educational, background. They do not have this experience. Okay. I'm in adult business since 2005. Okay. And I've seen a lot of scenarios. I've seen a lot of options and stuff. The only thing what I make this video for people, do not give me, okay, do not give me inappropriate offers, okay? Because like I said, the photo studio provides all of that experience, okay? All of these services. I forgot the makeover service. We can invite the beauty professional to do a makeup and the hairstyle for your lady, wife, girlfriend, okay? So that's another service. But what I can say is the studio do not provide sexual services. The photographer does not do that, okay? The photographer is busy with their tasks and jobs, okay? And if you need stimulation or someone extra to join, you must hire a model. That's the only way, okay? So just so you know, there are a few options for you to choose of, okay? And none of the options include photographer doing sexual services, just so you know, okay? Just so you know, okay? And when you hire a junior photographer, like I say, it's going to be more or less like in the other studios, okay? I am not sure even the junior photographer will hire will cover all your needs. That's why we would need to agree in advance, okay? Agree in advance. I mean, what that means is specific settings, okay? Specific things we will agree. Okay, when you're shooting with me, I have no limits. I don't need specific settings. I've seen everything, okay? I just get the whole experience and I just lead it and take it from there, okay? There is no limits when when you ask, oh, can we do a blowjob, or can we do this, or can we do that? You don't need to ask me. When you hire me, everything is included, okay? But you need to pay a special price, okay? For every service that you would need or you would like to use, you would need to pay, right? Just so you know. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope the pricing video kind of gives you an idea of how it works. And the last thing is that when you hire me, okay, the final price will be revealed after the shoot, unless you're getting specific packages. But specific packages, it means that you will be limited in time, okay? There will be certain times to shoot. That's the time frame I'm fitting in, okay? That's the thing with the packages, right? I know how much footage I need to create, and I know what kind of the footage I'm going to create. These are the packages if you are thinking to be on the fixed price, okay? When you're not sure, or very often people have no idea, would they perform, how long they would last, how long they need the photographer for. They have no idea how many images, they're not sure if they need a video, why they need a video, okay? When I show them and explain them what the video is like to create, and when they shoot few scenes, they were like, yeah, I want this, okay? I want this to happen. So I have to say, with me you have the variety of everything, okay, here. And I am here to deliver, okay? Shooting artistic, in studio manner, in how to say, in porn style, whatever style, okay? That's the how to say option you have when you hire a professional. And that's all I can say. And of course it will be much easier in terms of intimate connection, okay? Because the photographer who shot a lot of intimate scenes already, no limits scenes, it will be absolutely cool and relaxed about you. Nothing will surprise me, okay? Nothing will surprise me in general after, how to say, becoming a doctor and studying and how to say, studying the body. It's already natural to be with the nude people and to work with the nude people, okay? For other photographers, how to say, sexual adventures, okay, or sexual expressions are not that normal and natural to accept, okay? So that's why it is different when the people have boundaries themselves. They're not open-minded themselves, okay, to create this. And especially it is strange for them to see this happening around them. So that's what I'm saying, okay? You need to understand the psychology of the every photographer, okay? What they're doing, how they're doing, unless they are convey their experience and doing it eyes closed and how to say, you coming into the studio, you undressing, standing, doggy style. Someone is, how to say, or your husband coming in, the shoot is on, you dress and you go, you finish. That kind of a experience, how to say, you can expect somewhere else, right? But like I say, I am working in a different way because erotic photography is very new when you talk about unlimited shoot, okay? When you talk about unlimited shoot and sexual intimate tension in the studio, passion and so on, it is better to have a really professional person that you would not feel, any discomfort yourself. That's the only thing I want to tell you. That's the difference. Okay. That's why couples, when they say they did not enjoy, they had a photo shoot, they had the sex in front of the camera, but because of the photographer being not aware, stiff, not directing, not helping, not how people can help if they don't want to get involved in this, okay? They scare themselves to say something, to do something and so on. They scare to touch you and move your leg, or move your arm, and that's how the footage you will get. If your arm is blocking, how to say, the vagina, that's what you will see on your footage, okay? And I am that person who will move, okay, the arm and say, this is what I want, this is how I like to see, okay? So then later you will understand, because when you are in that moment, creating, making love scenes, you do not see yourself from the side, okay? So that's why I am there, to make sure that everything is on point, okay, and everything is high end, okay? And the problem usually I get from clients is that they think that my gallery on my website or my website is for models. None of them are models unless this is a specific shoot, okay? But they look like the models. That's what I'm able to create per one go, okay? Per one photo shoot, to put their photography creativity to another level, so they look like professionals, okay? They look on set like they know what they're doing, and it doesn't look like they're being a first time. That's my goal, to make a spin. And as a professional, you make this stress free, okay, easy to follow, easy to understand, easy to, how to say, to accomplish everything, okay? It has to be relaxed and free shoot, okay? Stress free shoot, that's the thing. It has to bring a lot of fun factor, and only you can do this when the person is fully aware and understand every step, why he's doing this, what's happening and stuff, not just to go and have an experience. Yeah. Okay, so you have two options. Like I say, hope you understand the pricing about this studio, what's happening here. Okay, and thank you so much, and bye, and see you soon.